So I'm sitting here putting together this kitchen island here for our registers and whatnot, and I'm just scared. I just got very scared all of a sudden, and it's because we're putting something together that we don't know if it works. You hope it works, but you don't know. It's not a guarantee that we're gonna open this place and it's gonna be successful. We hope and we believe and we trust in ourselves, and we have the stuff going on, and it's scary. It's like, why are you doing this? And I remember it's my 9-year anniversary today. Thank you. But during our honeymoon, we took a road trip down to Florida, and we stopped in Ruby Falls, Tennessee, and there was a cave there. It's called Ruby Falls, and what it is this long cave that goes we're able to take an elevator down into it, and you have to walk, I don't know, about a mile, but maybe half a mile, something along there. And you get in there, and it's very dark, and you turn the light. They have lights there, and there's this beautiful waterfall coming out of this cavern area, and it's called Ruby Falls. And I'm sitting there before we go in, or after we go in. I think it was after we went in, and there's this older gentleman. I think he's one of the, I don't know about tour guide, but he worked there, and he goes, we're talking about this, and I only talked to him for 5 minutes, but he's stuck with me since then. But we're talking, and he goes passion. He goes passion. And he's telling me, he's like, these guys, when they discovered this cave, they started going in, and the hole was just barely big enough for them to crawl, but they felt this water. He said they felt this water flowing down, and they kept on going in, and then they come back out. And he said he's like, no man would just blindly go through this tiny hole in this cave to find out where the water is without passion. And I put some reason that stuck with me, and it's passion that causes all this stuff to go on, and it's passion of what we're doing here, I'm bringing this traditional Greek food to this area, and for ourselves, it's for ourselves mainly, because we love it. We've eaten it forever, growing up. My mother cooked it all the time. My mother's American, but she's the best Greek cook I know, one of the best Greek cooks I know. And my dad, growing up there, had this culture instilled in him and this food instilled in him that, I think what made him successful, in the food industry, but he's never had a place like this that had his food there. And I think that it's important to remember that passion will push people farther than they would go. Passion makes a guy crawl in a hole for half a mile, not knowing whether he can get out or not. I don't even know the whole story. I'm guessing they had some sort of safety mechanism, but he just kept going. He had to know where the end of that cave went and where that water was coming from. I have these adages that I think about all the time, hard work and drive was another one that I learned in after high school from my theater teacher. Just you got to have drive. You got to have an engine behind whatever's motivating you to do this stuff. And yeah, so you sit here, sweaty, gross, putting together some IKEA-like table, I mean, it's solid, it's quality, but I'm going to spend an hour doing this, and I'm going to do it again when they're other one. And then I have tons of tables to build. And I've been doing this on end, I feel for almost, it feels like 6 months now without any sort of paycheck coming in. So there's a lot of worry, But you don't get into something like this without passion, and that's what helps keep you going on days when it's tough, or days when there's bills and there's worry and there's doubt, And I truly believe saying nothing ventured, nothing gained, and you have to push, If that guy never kept on going and just saw a little water come out of the hole, I would have never been in there. I would have never talked to the guy. That place would be empty. There's that place provided jobs and wonder. It's just one of the greatest waterfalls you can imagine, underground, 400 meters or something like that, and without people like that, innovation doesn't happen. Great things don't happen. Everybody says, I could do this or I could do that, But could doesn't mean crap. You know, you could do anything, but you got to have a reason for doing it, a passion for it, a drive for it. You know, and this place is part of a bigger project. You know, a bigger whole view that I have of this building that we have. You know, but this is a key component of it. You know, this is huge. You know, and we're able to do this. We willing to take the risk, and we're willing to take the time and energy and effort to go ahead and push it. You know, to bring this food to this community and for ourselves, and to say, hey, look it, we're gonna bring some stuff that people never had before into this area, and we're gonna do it with, you know, our recipes and our skills and, you know, all our expertise in the business. But yeah, it's passion. It's passion that keeps people moving forward when your feet are tied to a rope and you're trying to find water in a cave somewhere. You know, you don't just crawl in that hole. You know, most people crawl in that hole and say, you know what, I don't need to know where this water comes from. I don't care. But there's few people who will go, you know what, I need to know. I need to see what's here. I need to give this a shot, you know, and I'm willing to risk my life. You really know what's your life and whatever else to get there, to see what's at the other end of that hole in the wall. You know, so follow your passion. I've always been, you know, positive about that. And you know what? It may suck. It may not work, like I said, you know. But I'd much rather try and know that I tried and give it my all than to wonder, you know, because I wonder a lot about a lot of things I could have done over the years, but that does no good. So I think that's it for this week. It's been a hard week, rough week, but yeah, we're just gonna keep going. You know, we're gonna keep going to that. I'll never forget that old guy, because he said it with such passion. So it's like, how can you not remember it? He's like, you know what took that man? He's like passion, you know, and that's exactly what that guy had, you know, and that's exactly why I was, you know, because of him, I was able to go see this beautiful, beautiful waterfall in the middle of a cave in Tennessee. So keep going, people. Thanks.